Hello, all viewers. My name is Ian. I'm also known as F.W. Waller. And I've come to you all bearing a message that I sincerely hope will save a few lives. And that message is that you should never believe anything that anyone says about the world ending 1 month from now. Now, most of you might be thinking, well, no shit. But you see, I feel the need to drive this point into the ground with a large jackhammer. You see, I was driving to college yesterday, pretty much convinced that the world had shed the preposterous fucking idea that the world would end on the 21st of December, like a snake would shed a cumbersome layer of skin. But I was sadly mistaken. I was listening to the radio, and I discovered that a lot of people, some of them were teenagers, had a whole list of plans laid out for them in preparation for the supposed end of the world that would be occurring 4 weeks from now. The reports ranged from Christian families who believed that the rapture was coming and them completely giving away every single one of their belongings, to highly angsty, paranoid teenagers who contemplated suicide. And if this video helps to prevent at least a couple of these things from actually happening, then my conscience can rest easy. Now, I'm sure a lot of you out there who actually have a working brain between your ears know how this whole theory came about. But for all the sithering, brain-dead retards out there who are not only stupid enough to believe this crap, but also brazenly take the initiative to completely ruin their own lives and their families' lives in order to brace themselves for this completely fictitious prophecy, allow me to educate you in what I would like to call the 2012 apocalypse for dummies. But I believe the word dummies is being far too kind. So I'll just stick with drooling mental defects. About 5,000 years ago, there existed a civilization of indigenous people living in South America known as the Mayans. The Mayans were pretty ahead of their time as far as mathematics and astrology went. And they even created a calendar that served as a template for the calendars we use today. And the whole idea of the world occurring in 2012 came about because the year 2012 was the very last one depicted in the Mayan calendar. And for some reason, that is all it takes for the conspiracy theorists who jerk off to pictures of Bigfoot and the Mothman to convince people that the end of the world, as we know it, will take place on that exact day. So let's go over this. The Mayans, a people who practiced human sacrifice by ripping people's hearts out, worshipped a crapload of gods, including 2 gods who were made to resemble howler monkeys, and who also created an outdated mathematics system based around the number 20. And they were also inept enough to not create calendars for years that went beyond 2012 AD. And you mindless drones actually are naive and gullible enough to genuinely believe this cow shit. As much as I would like to slap the shit out of everyone who bought into this crap, I am here making this video to help people. I am not getting in front of my computer, yelling, screaming, and cursing to entertain any of you. I am here to prevent people from doing things that they will regret later on. This segues into my next point. I've observed many wannabe religious prophets who have proclaimed that the event known as the rapture would take place on the 21st of December. And they are not the first would-be prophets of the end times. Look no further than Harold butt-fucking Camping, a Christian radio host who made not one, not two, but 3 predictions of when the rapture would take place. And on all 3 dates, nothing happened. But no, wait. There's more. Now, all the Christians out there are believing that the rapture will take place on the 21st of December. Oh, get a shitting clue! If these people actually wish to refer to themselves as Christians with a straight face, then they should know that they are not supposed to know when the rapture will happen. Don't believe me? Well, then allow me to extract a quote from the Bible itself. Matthew chapter 24, verse 36 through 39, to be exact. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, not the angels of heaven, but the Father only. As the days Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. They were eating, drinking, marrying, giving in marriage until the day Noah entered the ark, and knew not until the flood came. In other words, according to the Bible, there is not a fucking single conscious entity in this entire universe that possesses the knowledge of the rapture's exact date except God himself. So what am I saying here? I'm saying that all of you out there who buy this whole farce need to quit buying it, and you need to stop listening to people like Harold Camping or the feculent hipster conspiracy theorists who want to make you scared and paranoid, only for the reason of gauging your superstitious mindset for bucks, attention, and your own self-degradation. When all 3 of the dates of Harold Camping's supposed raptures approached, countless believers proceeded to sell all of their belongings and houses, claiming that they wouldn't need any of that crap because they believed that they would be living in their luxurious, highly decadent mansion in heaven, only to find that nothing happened and that they were now reduced to being homeless and having their lives completely ruined. Which is exactly what is happening now in anticipation to this 2012 apocalypse. And is exactly what I am sitting here making this video to try my absolute damnedest to prevent. So you might ask, who is to blame? The wannabe prophets who drool bullshit from their lips, or the gullible, festering retards who are actually dumb enough to believe it? In my eyes, they are both equally guilty. But I'm doing this to help the latter group, because when they partake in activities of debauchery and meaningless sacrifice, they not only hurt themselves in the process, but everyone around them. Because when a teenager commits suicide due to fear of an impending doomsday that never comes to pass, their friends and family suffer, and all of their despair, all of their turmoil, in the end, is for nothing! They have to grieve and suffer because some cocksucker with a degree in fallacies manipulated their son or daughter into thinking that they would have the opportunity to grow up and fulfill their childhood dreams and goals because the world will end. And I will not stand for it! You people need to learn to question everything you hear. Do not believe the poison that drips from these people's mouths. They want nothing but to steal from you and eventually cause your demise. The chances of the end of the world, that the end of the world will not happen in December is 99.9%. But you know something? If the world does in fact end, which it will not, then why would you ever consider murdering yourself before it does happen? Would you rather cause your loved ones more dejection before they are all wiped out? Or would you rather stay side by side with the ones you loved? Your parents, your girlfriend or boyfriend, your best friend, your brothers and sisters, and share one last moment of affection, of love, of brotherhood and family with them before you all met your end? That's about all I have to say about this topic. To all the gullible kids out there, do yourself and your loved ones a favor and learn to question what people say. If you analyze what other people say, if you critique what other people say, you will not only benefit yourself, but everyone around you. And to all the so-called messengers and seers of the end times, do us all a favor. Walk to your nearest highway and hurl yourself into oncoming traffic so that we can all be rid of your poisonous words and sermons. To all my regular subscribers and viewers, I apologize if this video was too serious or too depressing, and if I made any of you uncomfortable or alienated, then I am sorry. But I needed to get on here and say this. This needed to be said. This video needs to be shown to everyone so that no family has to mourn the loss of a son or daughter who was coerced into thinking that nothing they did or will do in their lives matter. Please, I implore you, please do not do anything that you will regret. I'm F.W. Waller with this public service announcement. I hope you all enjoyed it. Goodbye.